things. So I'm just waiting for this thing to show record. All right. And we are live. So how you two are doing today?
We're great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just relax after a hard day at the 9 to 5. You know, hopefully one day I get to the point where I can tell the job to kiss my ass and shove it.
I understand that.
and like I told y'all before I press record, but this is an honor for me. Because I've been making a point to try to connect and talk to many of the great Black content creators on Tubi.
Okay.
I've talked to y'all. I've talked to Beasley Jones as well as my man Memiors. And Tubi, it's like I'm considering this the new Black exploitation film renaissance.
Yeah.
Because man, Tubi been pumping out some good quality Black cinema content, bro.
Yeah, it has. It has. Well, I mean, like it gives us a platform and a voice. You know that we're pleased to have that voice now. You know, we've always had the story, we've always had the encouragement, but we just never had nowhere to outlet it. So, thanks to platforms like Tubi and Foxhole and Zumo and Pluto TV and other platforms, who are now understanding what we already knew years ago. You know, because you know Hollywood wouldn't give us opportunity. Now they're on strike, so you know it just opened up doors for people like us to tell our stories and get our stories out there for the audience out there who needs something to watch, who are hungry for what we have to offer. So it's a great time to be a content creator.
Yeah, most definitely. And Tyler Perry, since you bought BET, you might need to hire some of these mugs and get some of these movies and series on BET.
No, don't get me wrong. Tyler Perry, I mean, you know, he's in a stratosphere of his own. He's in his own world right now. So, I mean, if he wants us, we're always gonna be there. But at the end of the day,
if he was smart, I would, because one, I mean, I understand he got the studio, what have you, but there's good content out there. And if he wants to change the narrative of Hollywood, if he wants to give more Black creators more opportunity, what better platform than putting them on BET, putting their movie on BET? Because
well, I mean, that's what BET was supposed to have been from the jump. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what BET was supposed to have been before Tyler Perry even came around. But it was never like that. You know what I'm saying? And the BET got bought out by Viacom, which is an all-white owned company. Yeah. So, you know, the man just bought the network less than a month ago. So let's give him an opportunity to see what he's going to do with it and see what opportunity he's going to bring.
In my gut, he's watching Tubi right now, scoping who he going to bring off.
Yeah, I mean,
Tubi making too much noise, bro. It's making too much noise.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, don't be wrong. Tubi is definitely making a platform like that. But like I said, anything that, you know, that us as a community, when we gravitate to, there's always going to be somebody higher above going to want to either snatch it from us or make it their own. Like I said, BET, the way Tubi is now is what BET is supposed to have been years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just the way the owners of BET got rid of it to Viacom, I'm not saying Tubi going to do the exact same thing, which is owned by Fox Corporation. What I'm saying is that we have to be careful, you know what I'm saying, to that put all our eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry, another basket that us content creators can have opportunity to be a part of. And that's all I want, you know, for us.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the only thing I would worry about, that they would tone it down, because I think, even to the lovemaking scenes, it's like way better than what you might see in some of the big screens.
Yeah.
More realistic. You know, because the stories, I like seeing our stories through the eyes of Black people, not white people that see what Black people's story is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, period. And like I said, salute to you, to your wife, the shit y'all doing. We about to get into that. And with that being said, hello, smokers, and welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know how we start this, all the time hot. Yeah, how we do. I'm your host, Kavanaugh, the Super Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Y'all know what it is. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/Porn Rap Star. Let me tell you about 4 wonderful sponsors. that been with us from day one, piece by piece. First off, the Facebook, the LS Community, lsworld.com. Next up, the hottest adult magazine in the game, eroticismmagazine.com. And for you content creators, 90% profit, no hashtag issues. For you consumers, a new place to consume your XXX content, and it is Black owned. Excitebunny.com. And last but not least, award-winning, award-nominated, also Black owned. We're talking about porn with voiceover. We're talking about that sultry, sexual talk, not that corny music. And we're talking about none other than blusharaka.com. Go there today. They also have virtual reality, so you can watch some of that porn with your Oculus. Also, proud member of GW District Black Podcasting Network. So go over to shop gwdistrict.com and buy from over 500 Black-owned retailers and shops. Also, in the mornings, 5 days a week, go over to fullswapradio.com and check me out. I chop it up with people from the porn industry and whatever industry I decide to hit them up. And we talk about that real smoke. You feel me? No sugarcoat, nothing. Also, check me out on skyhawkafterdarktv.com as well as the BGP LLC app. Now I'm going to sit back and let this lovely couple who is making noise when it comes to movies. And trust me, they got a straight up universe that they're building. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm smelling more movies coming with what they're doing. I'm going to sit back and let them introduce themselves. Go ahead, B.
Hello, everybody. My name is Bobby.
I'm Renee.
And we're the owners of the People's Network at Las Vegas Independent Video Production Company.
Yes. And Miss Princess Gemini talks about you like crazy, yo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Much respect and everything. And I said after she told me all that, and then she told me to check out the movies. And I saw her in the movies and stuff. And what I love is that y'all telling the story that you don't see a lot of Black performers, Black content creators, movie directors talk about, which is the swinging lifestyle.
Right.
Because me being in the porn industry, we do have a lot of swingers that end up coming into the porn industry. Period. It's kind of like the gateway drug for porn. Period. But it's kind of like you don't see a lot of Black images about swinging, about BDSM, and stuff of that nature. So with you, we're going to begin. What got you into the movies? And then we'll get to your universe in a minute. So what got you into the movies?
For me personally, I've always wanted to be into making movies and being an actor and stuff like that. That was always my outlet and dream as a kid. It just happened that I had no other outlet. Like that was my only dream. So everything I did as far as work up until that, I used to manage movie theaters. I used to work for Blockbusters. I used to manage an adult novelty store. So everything that all jobs I ever had really was all pertaining to behind movie making or movies in general or entertainment. So, I mean, it's always been in my blood for me personally, ever since a kid. From Hawaii?
I came from theater. And I got into movies when I met my husband. And that's who introduced me into the independent movie realm. But my background is theater.
Oh, my God. Okay, say no more. So, shoot. So, when y'all began to put the movie together, what's the first step that y'all take?
Well, I mean, we try to research the topic if it's a topic that we're not familiar with or that we have limited knowledge on it. I mean, like we did a movie called Pimpstress, which is about pimping and hoeing, I guess, for lack of a better term.
I've seen that movie.
Where so we was out there talking to hookers, going out there riding around the city looking for prostitutes. And I would tell people it's a funny situation. Like I'm riding around in the city with my wife in the car looking for
Wait. So, hold on. We got to clear that up. So we were not looking for prostitutes. We were looking at the prostitutes. We're studying their mannerisms, see how they're getting it, see what they're doing, so that we would know. And then we also had, a couple of them were ex prostitutes that we were able to go to and ask questions and, just try to get into their head to find out what that world is actually about, because we're not, familiar with that world, but we were asked to do a movie like that. So it was like, okay, well, challenge accepted. So
and see, also what I like is that y'all brought in a modern feel because the girls are doing OnlyFans in the movie.
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, because when I see the pimp movies on Tubi, they don't mention nothing about internet. You know, on the streets or what have you. So what made y'all decide to go that route versus them just being streetwalkers?
Well, we wanted to make it current, like I said, that was some of the stuff that some of the girls are doing, and they're taking charge of their own business, for lack of a better term. So we think, hey, what's better way than to do it? Not saying all the people on OnlyFans are prostitutes or hookers like that. We don't want that misconception, but some of them do use that platform for their own, business. So we just wanted to make it current and make it a possibility that could be, an avenue.
Yeah, and then too, I also like the fact that the Pimpstress, you made her a sympathetic character. In many ways. See, that let y'all know how much I watched the movie. Because she was reluctant to get into it.
Right.
She still had somewhat of a heart with it. When y'all originally was writing the script, was that something that y'all thought about when it came to her? That y'all wanted her to be more of a sympathetic character than just a cold-hearted pimp?
Yeah, we wanted her to actually be one that this was not the road she chose, but this is the road that she ended up on. And she wanted to take her school smarts and incorporate it in her business and bring the girls up with her. So it was like she tried to implement other things, not just her pimping or her being a madam, but she wanted to actually show the girls the rope, where they can actually be able to go out on their own or to think smart about, having business sense. So that was just us putting our own, I guess, moral tactics on it versus it just, being all out, her being hardcore, pimpstress.
Yeah, because some of the movies I've seen, it's like nobody has no redeemable qualities.
Yeah.
You think one got redeemable quality, then you find, oh no, they just bad motherfuckers.
Well, yeah, I mean that is what life. I mean that's the hero's journey. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You got your person who had to have ups and downs, had to go through hell to get to heaven. So, and that's what we wanted to make sure we do with the characters.
Yeah. Now let's get into the universe, the swinger universe, because I see it's a trilogy coming.
Mm-hmm.
And Princess Gemini was telling me, to check out, what was the Diary of a Unicorn. That was the first
one. Right.
Mm-hmm. I love the fuck out of that movie because when I'm in the swingers lifestyle and the whole nine. And what I really liked was you saw a contrast in two couples.
Right.
And I loved it because it kept it real. You had the one couple that they really wanted her as a girlfriend to the point they were stalking. Mm-hmm. You had another couple that looking at her like when she was cooking breakfast, what the fuck you doing, bitch?
Yeah. I mean, there's levels to it. There's definitely levels to that facet of the that industry or that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's not all Kens and Barbies. It's not all lovey-dovey. It's not all like, I'm going to get in it, have the best sex in my life and be out of it. I mean, these are real, people who deal with this stuff every day, and we wanted to showcase that. We wanted to show that, the ups and downs of this unicorn getting involved in this lifestyle that it looks glamorous. Don't get me wrong, it's glamorous. You can have fun with that, but if you're not careful with it, then it can take you down. Mm-hmm. So, and that's what we wanted to showcase. Like we didn't want it to glorify, but we didn't also want to put a negative spin on it either.
Yeah, because it's to the point where you saw that her chasing being a unicorn deteriorated her relationship, which was already heading towards that. Right. And also it showed she wanted to be loved.
Yeah.
Period. And with that, do you think when people see that, it's kind of like, do you think that that's the biggest mistake that sometimes unicorns make is that they don't understand there's a lifestyle and they're looking for love instead of looking to be pleased within the lifestyle per se?
Looking for love as a unicorn? No, I think with the when women go into relationships knowing that they're a unicorn, they kind of go in it with somewhat of an expectation, but knowing what they're actually going into. Some do. And sometimes it can be, I mean, she knows she's not going. I'm like, if it's a married couple, you're a unicorn. It is what it is, right? So, but sometimes it depends because some people just have an ulterior motive, and that's where you have to actually be careful and think this thing through and see if this is something that you really want to get into, because that ulterior motive may not always be, peaches and cream.
Right.
Yeah, and it seemed like she was looking for something versus just enjoying the lifestyle, but looking for something. Because even at the end, spoiler alert, people, I love the Easter egg when y'all mentioned the serial killer. Very surprised that at the end of it, guess he was in the bedroom with the serial killer. And she ends up getting killed at the end because she was making fun of his dick size or what have you. What made y'all decide to put that in, to make that the ending?
Well, that was a homage to a movie I used to watch. Well, I watched a long time ago called Looking for Mr. Goodbar with Diane Keaton and Richard Gere. So it was similar to that kind of a story. You had, for those who haven't seen the movie, you had this teacher by day, and at night she was just very promiscuous, and she would go to bars and find men and stuff like that until she wound up finding the wrong man who actually, same thing happened in Unicorn, happened in this movie as well. She found the wrong man, and she made some historical moments at him, and he didn't like, and he wound up killing her as well. So it was pretty much a homage to that. And that movie was back in the 70s, something like that. So, and I'm a big movie watcher for stuff, old school stuff like that. So it was just something that, wow, this story hasn't been told again, or there hasn't been a story similar to this as well. So if I was to compare Unicorn, it would be compared to Looking for Mr. Goodbar. That will be the comparison to that, but with an urban, more modern swing to it.
Yeah, because it seemed like it was a tale of too much indulgence.
Yeah, it definitely was.
I think it was I think y'all wanted to put a morality behind it, that it needs to be a moderation. You need to be mindful and mature when you're in this lifestyle.
Yeah,
it could go horribly wrong. Even though it was an extreme ending, but still, I think y'all was trying to send a message to people that might have watched it. It might be interested in the lifestyle, interested in being a unicorn. Can you speak upon that?
Well, yeah, there's definitely a moral aspect to it and stuff like that. I mean, we're not, like I said, we're not knocking anybody who do that, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's not the unicorn's fault, it's the couple. You got the unicorn chasers out there, unicorn hunters, you know what I'm saying, like that. Would be portrayed with the couples. One of the couples, they didn't give a shit about her well-being at all, as long as she was just a toy. She was just something that they could play with, you know what I'm saying? So when you're getting involved in those type of situations, you have to have an understanding of what it is that you want as a unicorn versus compared to what the couples are looking for, and see if that's a match, and not just jumping into a situation. You know what I'm saying? Have these conversations. When you do have going on your swinger situation, you have the first conversation. What are your do's? What are your don'ts? What are your rules? You know what I'm saying? And if you notice, no one really told them their rules. It just went from, hey, I like you, let's go fuck.
Jumped into it. Just like she was shocked when the wife came in, and she thought she was in trouble. The wife ready to jump in. Right. He didn't even mention that he had a wife.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a morale story to it, but we don't want to be preachy to it. We just want to just show avenues. You know what I'm saying? Let the viewer determine what's good for them. We're not saying go out there and be swingers. We're not saying that. We just saying it's a story.
Be smart. Be smart in everything that you do.
Right.
Be smart and be realistic and mature in everything that you do. Because I'm gonna tell you my favorite part of the movie was when it was the couple that really didn't give two shits about her. She done brought groceries. And they looked at her like, what the fuck you doing? Kicked her out and told her to take the groceries with her. I would have taken groceries myself. But I said, that was funny as fuck.
She wrote that. She wrote that.
Good writing. Because I'm sorry, that shit right there. But that showed you the true contrast between those two couples.
Yeah. And that's what
So So then we have the second part of their trilogy, which was the Memoirs of a Vixen.
Yeah.
And, very good movie also. I love the actress in it. And this is a little bit different because this was a couple who, in essence, we saw cut couple. Because basically that's what he was for the most part, was a cup. And I see that the route that y'all took with this was that they were trying to get pregnant. But what she didn't realize was that he was a cup, and I don't think he realized it.
Right.
He didn't realize.
Didn't know.
He didn't know what he had until it was about to be gone. And stuff like that. And that's another thing too. You got these men married men who get into the swinger stuff. They push their wives into the situation and not understanding that be careful what you're pushing your wife into. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be pushing her right into somebody else's arm and you just stand on the sideline being a man on the couch looking. You know what I'm saying? However, this guy, he rather be the man on the couch looking and stuff like that because he was so much involved into the actual look instead of the physical part of it. He was turned on by the visual of it. You know what I'm saying? So, and there are men out there like that. Not too many us black men like that, but there are men out there like that. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to push it over the top and be very dramatic with the situation. But again, you know, coming back to be careful what you put your situation, your marriage into, if you're not fully mature for that.
Yeah, cause it was funny when the white dude said, "Yeah, I'm about to get castrated." He said, "Hold up, I ain't buying with this shit." I was done. But also, what I saw was that the husband was really controlling about it. You know, she had no say so whatsoever. You know, period. And it kind of built resentment from her. Because you can see it within the movie. That's why I said the actress that y'all picked did a very good job of the role she played.
Yeah, Madison.
But also what I liked was the sisters' dynamic. Yeah. Because she didn't like the husband for shit because she considered him weak. What made y'all decide to go that route with the sister?
Well, I think with that is to have that she's her sister's I guess not, she's her opposite, right? So we wanted a realist to be able to tell the sister straight up, "You stupid," without beating around the bush.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just coming from two different worlds. Like that little sister didn't understand that world, period. You know, it's like, that's your man, you his woman. Why are you sharing? I don't get this. You're stupid. You're dumb. You know, so and you have that where, and sometimes your family just can't know what you're into because they may not understand it.
Right, judgmental.
Is, you know, so that's why we put that in there. And when her sister finding out, and now, oh my gosh, now I have to.
Yeah, she was just finding out a little bit. She found the camera. Right. Then she came home. She came to the house where she was being spanked.
Right. Exactly. This man coming out of her room, and she's like, "Wait a minute, what is really going on?" So, I mean, can you imagine? And if you're not knowing anything about this lifestyle and you see this,
yeah. And then too, also the part that I like that. See, I'm gonna tell you how brilliant they were. They did a Marvel thing. You see the couple from the Unicorn Store that was assholes made an appearance in this movie, and it connected because the husband got the sister pregnant.
Right. Yeah.
You know, which in turn I know made the viewers say, "Bitch, how you gonna judge? You just said he got pregnant by a whole married man."
A married man. Right. Yep.
But I mean, that's how life is. You know, that's how people is. We're quick to judge somebody else's mess instead of looking at our own mess.
You think your mess is it's a little bit different because you're not doing XYZ, but it's all the same. It's all mess. Right.
So and then too, when he met the fertility doctor, which it didn't dawn on me to the end of the movie that he was a fertility doctor, which is what they were looking at. And it was like you were seeing the maturation of her getting closer to the fertility doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But come to find out, it was all planned by her and the fertility doctor to get him fertile enough to pregnate her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, explain to me how y'all come up with that whole scenario and the whole nine, because that is interesting that the technique that this fertility doctor used in order for her to get pregnant by him. And he was the daddy. The fertility doctor was the daddy for a second. You feel me?
Well, it was called a red herring, so we were trying to throw people off, to the whole mix, and like, hey, look, he don't push his wife into another man's arm and stuff like that. The whole doctor situation was like, we wanted to come up with something, an idea to come back full circle, because a lot of our movies are not happy endings, for lack of a better term. So we wanted to put them through a situation, but we also wanted to come back to be a happy situation, situation. So her talking about she wanted a baby in the beginning of the movie when it first comes on. She had a little monologue. She's talking about how she wants this baby and how she wants to be with her husband. You know what I'm saying? So we thought having this fertility doctor, who we did mention, if you go back and watch Diary Unicorn, we did mention him that at the end of the movie of Diary Unicorn. I don't know if you remember that, but if you go back and watch, the news reporter was saying, and next up, our doctor, I forgot the doctor's name now. She's the doctor going to come up to the news and talk about the book that he's writing in part 2. So we kind of dropped those little nuggets there. So we wanted to have something that's going to be entertaining and also that no one saw coming.
Yeah, thought-provoking, because at the end of the day, he was pressuring her. She's like, I'm giving you what you want, but you're not giving me what I want. Right. So since you're not going to give it to me willingly, then I'm going to take it by any means.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how that happened.
Yeah, because it's to the point where I liked that he was putting his nut in that jar.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And not realizing why.
Right.
And I think the reasoning, so people can understand what was the whole point, was that the fertility doctor understood that the more aroused he was, the more chances that she can get pregnant. And most aroused when he was being a cuck.
Yep.
So that was the whole purpose, because he did fuck her after, like most cucks do, fuck after the dude do what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he didn't last long from the parts that we saw.
Yeah.
He went quick. And you can see, look at her face like, really, dude? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So how did you find your actresses and actresses for these movies?
Just audition.
Audition, yeah.
Madison, she came from North Carolina, so we did audition. We flew out here to Vegas and filmed that.
Sure.
And the lady from first one.
I've seen in other movies before. She just looked familiar to me.
Yeah, she's in a few movies.
Yeah, she's in a few movies on Tubi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady from the part 1, we flew her in from Chicago. So we just put out auditions, and they were the best ones for the part at the time, man. We cast them.
Yeah, because it's like, to me, your movies are well written, and y'all have a good eye for picking the people to bring out the character. Because Madison showed me, like, she just gave me subtle emotions that kind of helped the moving along even more. Even to when they were at the swinger party and she was getting fucked or what have you. And then, of course, that her husband, you can just see the look on his face, just like he's just so dejected.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because he thought, it was the end of it. That was the ceremony. He thought that, tonight was the night. Yeah. That this is it, what I'm saying? Like, his wife is no longer his, and he signed the contract, and so he thought he signed, the contract stating that.
And then it was funny because he goes in there when she about to give birth, and he was like, "Look, I'm about to leave." Like, what the fuck you think you going?
Right.
Yeah.
I even said, it's a little too late to leave, buddy. She about to give birth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like I said, for 9 months, he lived in the house with them in the spare bedroom, until she got pregnant. And then when she had the baby, he thought that was it, life was over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I am curious on what y'all gonna do with the next one, which is what the Life of a Bull, or what's the name of it?
Yeah, you said it. That's
Life of a Bull. Yeah.
I'm curious about that because, of course, people know what a bull is. It's the male equivalent of a unicorn.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And it's a very interesting story. I don't want to go into details about it, but
it deals with his life with being a bull, but it also it goes back to a lot of the dramatic parts too. So he gets caught up in some mess.
Yeah.
And so it comes full circle, and it's actually we're tying Unicorn, we're tying in Vixen, we're tying it all in together.
Yeah, because I saw the nuggets. Because I'm curious to see what happened with the sister and the husband from that couple.
Uh-huh.
And then he also made mention to his wife about something at work, which I think was that went down with the Vixen's husband.
She had a crush on him. She liked him, but they never really done anything.
Yeah. So it was kind of like I was like, God, they sitting here doing some Marvel and Star Wars shit connected.
Yeah, well, like I said, we are creating a universe because it's actually 4 movies. So we got so After Life of a Bull is one called, the last one will be called Full Swap. So yeah. So, and that's going to tie in everything. That's going to, so you're going to see familiar characters, you're going to see new characters. So it is going to tie up everything all together and stuff like that. And that will be the the sum up of the lifestyle story that we put together.
Oh my goodness! So who will be the lead characters in The Life of the Bull? Actors, my bad, actors.
Well, we only have one right now as far as the lead, and that's Nelson, the one who played Deontay from Diary of a Unicorn.
And
so
with special appearance from
with special appearance from Paris. And also a special appearance by the one who played Michael from Diary. Yeah. The boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh shit! That's what I'm talking about. I can't wait to drop out of it.
Yeah, it's definitely it's
gonna be definitely a lot of drama in it.
So, have y'all ever thought about doing actual TV series?
Yeah, we have one called we have one already written. We just haven't production yet. It's called Love and Lust. Yeah, so it's so we do have a series that we just haven't started production on it yet. Yeah. It is about 2 sisters. One is very promiscuous and one is not, but their lives intertwine, and the men that they choose in their life, become love and lust. Which one is higher?
Ooh. See, people, see, two about to be hot in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah. But yeah, it's already written. It's already written. So, the episodes are already written. It's just a matter of us finishing up what we're doing now before we start
putting the budget together, because it's a series, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So when it comes to y'all funding, did y'all fund it yourselves, or did y'all get backing? Because I know it takes a budget.
Yeah, we do a lot of funding out of pocket. So. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we don't have the crazy sponsors that you mentioned in the beginning. Yeah. We don't have those kind of sponsors yet. But
hopefully we can get some. When we do our bigger budgets, of course, that come with a budget. Like the movies that we have right now on Lifetime and BET and stuff like that. But for our micro budgets, we come out of pocket on those.
Yeah, because even when I was asking, like, to me, I was like, well, like, for example, they might do a scene in a barbershop. I'm like, so what do y'all do? Y'all just go to like businesses and let them know what y'all do. Ask them, is it okay we can film and stuff like that. How many of the businesses are open to letting y'all film within their structure?
It depends. We're new here to Vegas. So we don't have a lot of the connections like we had in Atlanta. Yeah. So we're still trying to build that. We're still looking for businesses that's open to letting us come film. We do pay them. We give them what we can pay. We tell them our budget. Right. If we're doing a business like that, we try to get in and out. We don't keep your business held hostage for 12 hours, 10 hours. We try to get in. Right. We get out. We get what we need to get, and we get out. And we pay or we barter. So if they need a commercial done, we can, barter a commercial with them. So we'll shoot a commercial for them. Yeah. So it's, it just depends on what would be more beneficial for that business.
Right. Like a movie we're about to do in August, we wrote the script around a what do you call it?
Vagina steam. She does vaginal steaming. It's called Hoo Ha V Spot.
Right.
And we bartered with her. We did a commercial for her. She can put on, on social media and different things like that. And so that was more beneficial to her than us paying her for the day, or for the 2 days that we need to use it. And plus, we're going to still market her business in the movie.
Right. Yeah. So it'll still be the name of her company. We're not changing anything like that. So it's just something that's going to go a long way. And we start filming that in August.
Yeah, because it was cool. Cause even when I was talking to Gemini, she was like, y'all, filmed in one of her parties. I think it was the Unicorn we all filmed at her party, and also I think this last movie. And
yeah. The Gemini, she's been very helpful and stuff like that. She's been very vocal and helpful, doing that. And all the people, the extras and stuff like that. Those are all people that she worked with and know, stuff like that. So she's been very beneficial to that.
Yeah, they've been very open to us. We really appreciate them for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because even with the Unicorn, was that an actual real massage parlor that y'all filmed it, or that was a makeshift one?
That was a makeshift one.
Total makeshift. I wish we could have found a massage parlor. We really wanted one, but we couldn't find one because a lot of them here are owned by Asians, or so we don't. It's not a. I haven't seen no black-owned massage parlors here.
Right.
So, or, just a different nationality that don't mind, because Asians, they open 24/7. So
they ain't letting nobody
it's hard to get into one of them to film. So we had to create our own.
No doubt. So now when it comes to the lovemaking, because, I was in the porn business for 15 years or what have you. And the one thing I can say is that with Tubi, including with y'all movies are very authentic with the lovemaking. It looks realistic or what have you.
Thank you.
How do you go about directing the love-making scenes? Period.
Well, first of all, we make sure the actors are comfortable. We talk about what we want to do, how we want to set the angles up, so we make sure that they are comfortable in all facets of it. And because by them being actors, these are not porn people who want to be an actor. These are actors who want to do love-making scenes. So no one in the room who does not supposed to be there. We try to make sure it's very minimum. Sometimes I won't be in the scene. I'll leave and let her run it if it's the woman going on who may be a little bit uncomfortable because too many guys in the room, like that. Or we have a female camera operator too, so we say, okay, well, look, we let the females run it, whereas though that way she's comfortable, especially if she's showing any kind of nudity or angles that kind of be a little revealing. It's all about the angles and stuff like that with us. I mean, if you really go back and watch Vixen or Diary of a Unicorn, there's no nudity in it.
No.
There's but there's stuff happens so quick and fast that people think, oh man, like, yo, I saw it. I was like, you didn't see much. You didn't see anything.
You seen the side boob, maybe the cheek, booty. But we try to keep for hours. We try to keep it at a minimum.
Yeah.
But like he said, it's all about the angle. So we can get a good angle where it looks like, it looks authentic and it looks like they're getting it in. Then that's how.
Right. Because I hate watching movies when you can tell that the blanket is trying to cover up their underwear and stuff like that. You can tell. Like I really don't like that. To me, it's like that's fake because I don't know about. We've run into
situations where we've had to do that because the actress just wasn't comfortable.
Right, and
so now we just put it out there, like, listen, this is what it is. If you're not comfortable with it, we'll pick you up on the next one.
Right.
Because we don't want to have to, I guess, give up our creativity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For that, we're not going to put them in a position where, like, whoop, that slipped in.
Right.
But still, we want to be able to be as authentic as we possibly can.
Right.
Without
being too exploitive of them and stuff like that. We don't want to.
Have y'all ever thought about using porn stars in y'all movie?
Absolutely, if they can act.
Yeah.
Yes, but they have to know how to act. Like they have to be able to be
actors.
Yeah. You know what I mean? To be real, so it can come out on across.
And take the time to actually study the lines. You know, stuff like that.
I remember, see, what y'all don't know about me is I used to do plays back then when I was younger. So I know how it is when you got to remember a script. That's what the one thing I didn't do when I did porn. I was like, no, we improv. I ain't about to go through writing no damn script. I'm trying to remember.
I mean, which is fine though, because when it's porn, I mean, I personally love porn with the storyline. That's just what I like. But most people don't. They rather go straight to the action. You know what I'm saying, like that. I like the build up. So we don't. You know, there are people who do OnlyFans. So you might get some girls who might do OnlyFans models like that. So they might be a little bit more open to revealing a little bit more something like that, because that's what their brand is anyway. You know what I'm saying? So when you get people like that, you give them minimum lines and you just use them for what you need their purposes for. You know what I'm saying, like that. So you know, it just goes with the flow.
Like the conversation I was having was that I always felt pointed to get back to the cinematic roots, because even with me, I thought about this back in the day. I said, what if I make a porn movie that can double as an actual movie with the right editing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What have you? You know, period. To where even in this day and age, you can put it on OnlyFans. You got the XXX version, and then you have the actual edited version, which can go on a Tubi or Amazon or what have you. And I'm surprised that no porn company, no porn producer or directors ever thought that deep, especially with now that Tubi, and which with the market for independent movie creators is now opening up compared to back when 2010, Disney and 30, where there weren't really no platforms.
Yeah, no, I agree with. I think that'd be a great thing. I mean, if I was a porn producer, I would definitely be on that, because like you said, I would make a rated R version, and then direct people to go to the OnlyFans and watch the X-rated version. I mean, and that's just more money on top of money. It'll print itself. So I mean, that's definitely a wonderful idea. But again, you know what I'm saying, you have to have the capital up front, you know, to pay these women and guys to perform and stuff like that, because the budget's a little bit different when you have people actually doing sex versus people actually pretending to have sex. You know, the budget's a little bit different. You know, like I might pay an actor like, hey, you know, I'm gonna pay you $125 or $150 a day just to pretend you're having sex. I can't say that I'm gonna pay $125 to $150 a day to somebody who actually having sex on camera. You know what I'm saying? This is not gonna go for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least I don't think
unless they just want to be in the movie and they're willing to accept that. But right. I would feel kind of.
I would feel comfortable.
Awkward, you know.
Like,
but I mean, I ain't gonna front as a okay. This just maybe I'm crazy. I think off. Okay. As a porn star, if I had the opportunity to be in a fucking movie that's gonna be on Tubi, where I'm gonna be seen way more than my ass is on Twitter or OnlyFans, I'll take that $175.
Okay. I mean, you might be a different breed. I mean, you know, we know what I don't know, because I don't know other porn star I know is Princess. That's pretty much the only one, you know, her circle.
The reason why I say that is this. It's the same reason why I tell porn stars when a podcast holler at you, I suggest you take them up on the offer. Because for one, let's just say I'm a female porn star. Let's just say, you know, I'm one of them. I appear in your movie, right? Just like when I saw Crystal Doll, immediately I went to go look for her. Who the fuck is Crystal Doll? Damn, she bad. Found on Instagram. It's the same thing. It's no different. The porn industry, the rap industry, the movie industry is the same. When you hear that rapper that's doing something with Lil Wayne, you never heard him before, you're going to go look him up and see his other music. When I see Madison, I immediately started looking for other movies from Madison. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing as she's a porn star, because Tubi draws more attention. Tubi gives you a broader audience, because now you tap into people that may not even know you did porn, may not even watch porn, and then all of a sudden they run into you, then they see you got a porn scene in the porn site, instant subscribe.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of the girls you see on Tubi now. They all mostly have OnlyFans or Instagram models. So, I mean, it definitely works out for their brand. But like I said, we're not privy to those people here in Vegas. We had to fly people in.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get it twisted. I mean, it's a difference between porn acting and really acting.
Yeah. I mean, we prefer. I mean, don't be wrong. I like the pretty girls, something like that. I like that. But if the acting is dry or something that they just talking, it takes me out of the story. So that means all I got to look forward to is the sex scene, which to me, like I said before, I prefer the build up to the sex scene. Yeah. So if it's unbelievable or your voice, or if you're supposed to be mad and you don't look like you're mad in the scene, or you happy or vice versa, like, and you just look the same throughout. It's like, okay.
I hate a porn scene where I saw this girl in a nun outfit. It was a gangbang, but she didn't know nothing. Did nothing as a nun to lead up to the fuck. And I'm like, sometimes people don't realize when you tell the story, it draws the people in. I get where everyone keeps saying, where, dudes, sometimes they want to fast forward and get through. If they purchase that fucking scene, they might fast forward the first 2, 3, 4 times, but at some point they're going to watch the full fucking scene. How I know? I used to be a consumer before I was in porn. Went to the blowjob, but then after a while, I actually watched the damn shit that preceded everything. Yeah. Period. And from my experience as a talent, as a producer, a lot of my fans enjoyed the skits just as much as the fuck scene because the creative I came up with it. Because I did one of my favorite ones was called Presidential Pussy. Y'all go check. Jadis White was in it. She was the first Black female president, and I was a Secret Service.
Okay.
I did ball scenes and stuff like that because I always did role play scenes, and then at the end a little quirk twist. And then it let me know how much the people watched it, because when they mentioned that twist at the end, I said, I got you. Period. And I think storylines make that scene last longer and stand out more.
Because think about it. If you go back to classic Caligula, I could watch that movie right now and still be enjoying to the plot of that movie, because this whole Roman Empire and stuff like that. Or you got what's the movie? Deep Throat, or The Devil and Mrs. Jones. So you got all these movies. But you got to think about it though. Back then, that's when porn theaters were more prevalent. So people would go to the movie theaters and sit there and watch a 2.5 hour movie, stuff like that. But now we in this micro generation where hey, we need to get in and see what we're going to get the hell up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So there is no porn theaters anymore. Well, not like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different brand. But you did make a good point earlier about the whole, you do 2 versions. You got your Tubi version, you got your OnlyFans version. So if any porn producers out there listening, my man here just gave you the blueprint to fucking print your own money.
I'm saying, see, that's why I ain't got no money, because I would have been the first one to do it. I was thinking about doing that in 2012, when we was filming for DVD, not for phone, period. Because me and you, I know we from the same age back. I grew up on Cinemans After Dark, Young Lady Family, Emmanuel, and stuff like that.
I'm about to say Emmanuel. Matter of fact, they redid Emmanuel, and it's not the same. It's on Tubi now. It's not the same, and they don't have no HBO Real Sex anymore. So that way I grew up watching that kind of stuff. So that stuff is all gone now. So I totally understand and agree with you.
Yeah. So when y'all do y'all movie premieres, how do y'all where y'all do y'all movie premieres at? If y'all do it in movie theater, how do y'all get the movie theater?
Well, anything is rentable. So we just had one back in April. Yeah, we just did one back in April for our movie Deadly Bonds. So we just rent a theater out, sell tickets. Well, we did with Deadly Bond, we didn't sell tickets. We made it open to the public. Our reason we did it open to the public because it was already, by the time we got the actual release date of our movie, the movie was out on Tubi already. So we didn't feel comfortable charging people to come see the movie. That they can go in their own home and watch it. So basically, we said open to the public. We had a good turnout. People came out to hang with the actors, come hang out with us, talk to us, take pictures, stuff like that. So we still made it a red carpet event, stuff like that. So, and we don't do it with every movie. We do it with some movies. It all depends on, like, we did it for Deadly Bomb because everybody's from Vegas. So the whole cast, the leads, and everything was from Vegas. We didn't do it for Deadly. We didn't do it for Unicorn or for Vixen because the cast was from elsewhere, North Carolina, Chicago, South Carolina. So it didn't feel comfortable to bring them all back here when their potential fan bases are elsewhere. You see what I'm saying? So we didn't want to do that. But we do maybe we used to do them all the time, but now we kind of do them maybe once a year, twice a year now, something like that.
Yeah.
So now, before Tubi, how do y'all distribute your movies?
We was in Walmart.
Yeah, we was in Walmart, Best Buy.
Yeah, so
Amazon. That's when Amazon Prime was going good.
Yeah.
We're still on Peacock. We're still on what is it, Vudu? We're still on a lot of other platforms.
Stay on Peacock. What the fuck? And I got Peacock. Hey, okay.
Yeah, you can research. You can search our name, and it's just that Tubi is just kind of pretty much taking over. So that name, everybody, Tubi. But we're on a plethora of other platforms.
Right. Like I said, Lifetime, BET.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been around. We've been doing this together since 2008. So and right now we have 20 movies on Tubi, but we've done over 100 films. So that kind of gives you an idea of we've been doing this for a while. You can find our content elsewhere.
So what was your first film?
Our first film together was
Partly Cloudy.
Yeah, movie called Partly Cloudy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was our first film together.
What was that about?
A friend of mine at the time named Jermaine Camille wrote it. It's about this guy who had an affair on his wife with another man, and she found out about it. It was the typical download type of story.
Yeah, because I think that, like I said, stories like that is needed to discuss BDSM within the Black community, discuss swinging, poly within the Black community. Because, like I said, when we see it in the news, it's white folk.
Yeah.
It's white folk. It makes you think that Black people don't indulge in that lifestyle when we actually do very strong.
Oh yeah, the Black community here in Vegas. I don't know why it's a very big one here in Vegas. We have a lot of friends who indulge in it. So we wanted to, like I said, make something that friends of ours can be like, yeah, that was on point. Or I know a couple like that, or I've seen it happen, something like that. So it was definitely more realistic for us to see those kind of, those reviews and stuff like that.
Most definitely. So I'm not gonna hold these busy people up much longer, and I had to give y'all this special tea because I'm sorry, anybody that I respect and I like and I'm feeling their shit, I'm gonna put on this show and give them highlights, and I'm gonna bring them back because we got to bring them back. I know they're gonna be dropping movies. I got to bring them back so we discuss, Life is a Bull and whatever other movie that they're gonna have, and I can't wait to see that Love and Lust series.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, can I call y'all smoke buddies?
Yeah, smoke buddies.
Ain't no more. People, they'll be back here on the Smokers Lounge for show to talk movies and wherever else we might get into. So with that being said, tell everybody where they can find all y'all stuff, where they can find y'all, where they can see these movies, all that good stuff.
Well, if you go to our website, which is TPN1, that's Tom, Pat, Nancy, and the number 1.com. You can reach us there. Our emails is there. All of our movies are on there that you click on to. Will take you to Tubi or to wherever the platform they're actually on.
You can also join our newsletter that's on there if you want to stay up to date with what we have going on, any casting calls, any music submissions that we're looking for, anything like that. You can join our newsletter on the website as well.
And also you can get information about her acting classes and her screenwriting classes because she teaches both acting and screenwriting classes virtually. So you don't have to be in Vegas. You can do it right online. She teach you how to do it. And at the end of the class, you have a short script?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have a short script.
You have a short script done? Yeah. So, but the same elements from the short script can translate into a feature script, stuff like that. She gives you all the tools you need to do with that. So, yeah. So that's how you find us.
Yeah. Social media. I'm Renee Warren Peoples on all platforms. And
I am Bobby M. Peoples on Facebook. I have Instagram. I have TikTok. But if you contact me on it, I might not know for another 2 or 3 weeks. So
on Instagram,
Instagram because I don't check it as regular. But
we're trying to get better with that. Like we're trying to, come up with the times. You know what I'm saying? We're trying.
So, but you can find me on Facebook.
Same age bracket as y'all. I'm like granddaddy too. What? How you use this shit?
Yeah. So it's hard out there. Like when you hit me up on Instagram, like bro, I'm like, damn, okay. Email me because I didn't want to miss this. I'm like, look, because if I had to rely to go back to Instagram, we would have totally missed this interview.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's all great. I'm glad y'all didn't miss, and I can't wait to bring y'all back. Oh, and also send me a picture of y'all so I can put y'all faces on the cover. So this, you know what I'm saying. So with that being said, people, we're at the end of another wonderful episode of the Smokers Lounge. And you know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? smoke this over. Say goodbye, people.
Goodbye, peace.
Bye. Peace.